Hi guys, it's the end of the year 2019 and we're looking forward to a new year 2020 coming up in a few days. I am excited and this is the time I usually take to reflect on the past year, the things I did well, the things I didn't do so good at, and just use that to prepare for the new year coming to be a better year. My dad always says, learn something new every day. I should have learned 365 things in this year, which I did not. But that's also something I need to do better at in 2020. But I've learned a few things and I want to share some of those things with you guys and how I'm also going to use them to plan for a better new year. One of the things I have learned this year is to live life to the fullest, regardless of what other people think. Just live your life. Live your best life. That means something different to everybody. Find out what that means to you, the things you love. Create time to do them. 2019, I felt like over the past years, this has been my year where I lived my life. I did a lot of stuff that I love to do. I crossed a lot of things off my bucket list. Still a long list to go, but I still was able to accomplish some of them. So I'm excited and I hope to do more of that in 2020. But what I've also realized in doing that is I have some expensive hobbies. Yes, I have some really expensive hobbies. In 2020, I hope to explore the other things I love that don't cost as much money. And the things that do cost money, make sure I stay within a budget of doing them. So that way I'm happy, my bank account is happy as well. Just to be a good steward of the finances that the Lord has given me. Not just to spend unnecessarily. Still enjoy life, but spend reasonably. So that's something I need to work on in 2020. There's 24 hours in a day. And a lot of times we say, well, I don't have time for that or this. But I've realized, I've learned, at least about myself, that 24 hours in a day is a lot. It's plenty. All I needed to do was just evaluate how I'm spending my time every day. So prioritize and cut down the things I really shouldn't be spending time on. You always make time for the things that are important to you. You will always make time for the people that are important to you. The same way, don't take excuses from people who tell you, oh yeah, I don't have time. If you're important to them, they would make time for you. Take time to evaluate every time what I'm spending my time on. I say a lot of time in one sentence. But yeah, take some time out to evaluate what you're spending your time doing. And cut down on the things that are not important and focus on the things that are important to you. 24 hours in a day is long enough. You may need to cut down on sleep. You may need to cut down on whatever you're watching. Take TV time, social media time, but it is enough to accomplish your goals. If you just shuffle things around, you find out that you do actually have time to spare. So another thing I learned about myself in 2019 is, yes, I love to read and I'm trying to do better reading. Readers are readers, right? Like they say. So I want to read more and learn more. But I buy these books and I don't get to read them. So I realized in 2019 that I make more use of audiobooks and podcasts as my ways of learning and educating myself. So in 2019, I did a lot of mobile education, you can call it. As I'm on the road, wherever I am, I'm listening to something that's going to refresh me, it's going to educate me in some way or the other. It could be anything from finances to relationships to spending more time with God to not just learning about something, politics, anything. But making use of podcasts, audiobooks have been a way that I have learned in this year. And I hope to do a whole lot more of that in 2020. If you guys have any suggestions of podcasts or audiobooks that you feel like are amazing, do let me know. So another thing I have learned is some people are not just going to like you for whatever reason, just because of who you are. There are people you're going to encounter who are going to just show you hate. In 2019, I started a new job. I moved to a new city and I encountered a different set of people. Maybe I have been naive and I have been shielded because I've always worked with people that look like me or are immigrants like myself. Majority of them are or have been. Especially when you work and stay in a place like Houston. But I've moved and I realized that I am different. And some people are going to make you love that different. Some people are not just going to like you. Just for who you are. The color of your skin, being a female, whatever it is, the position you feel right now, some people are just not going to like you and will look for every means possible to pull you down, to discredit you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Yes, I have learned that you cannot control how people react to you. You cannot control how people treat you. That's their choice. But you can control your reaction to their character towards you. You definitely can control how you react to others. So that's something I have learned in this year, 2019. And I hope I don't encounter more of that in 2020. But it was really a big eye-opener for me, because I'm always like, I'm so nice. I'm a friendly person. Most people love me. Everybody loves me. Just kidding. But I got to my eyes were opened to the fact that some people are not just going to like me. I've even had people make comments about my smile. Why is she always smiling? Yes. Like in a way, like, why is she always smiling? Her life is all perfect. What's wrong with her? My life is not perfect. I just have the joy of the Lord. I just smile. That's just me. Don't have to hate. But yeah, you're going to meet people like that. And the way you react to them is what matters. It's tough to love somebody when they show you hate. It's really tough. And that's where we depend on God. But I have learned as well in 2019 that love does conquer all. Regardless of how somebody treats you, show them love. Just keep coming back with love. Yeah, pray about it. Get your peace back. Because if you're like me, it's quite emotional. I'm emotional, and when something like that happens, it's not easy for me to just brush it off and be like, yeah, I'm going on with my life, forget you. I know people who are like that. I'm like, I wish I could be like that. I'm not like that, and I know that about myself. So it gets to me. I start thinking about the person all the time. How do I need to go beg them? Do I need to go rub their feet? Just kidding. But like, what do I need to do to bring peace to the situation? And I got in this case, of course, there's some times where it was my fault. I did something wrong and I make amends. But in this case, I had peace with, I did nothing wrong to this person. They just don't like you. I had to come to that acceptance that they just don't like you for who you are. And the only thing you can do is just show them love, And another thing I learned is really silence is the best answer to a fool. Or to something foolish. You don't always have to defend yourself in words. If you're in a meeting or wherever you are and somebody says something to discredit you or try to pull you down, sometimes just smile and be silent. Trust me, they'll feel even worse. Somebody else, God will raise somebody else to speak on your behalf. So you just have to learn that silence sometimes is the best answer. In 2019, I realized that I enjoyed my own company a little too much. Yes, a little too much, especially when moving to a new city and all. I feel like I kind of isolated myself. I was like, I'm satisfied with my family and my friends that I love, even if they're not, a few miles away. They're 100 plus miles away, but I'm satisfied with them. Yes, it was good. I got to start my vlog. I had time to do a lot of things I've always wanted to do, but it's not also good because you can't be an island. You need to go out there and be friendly and build a community, regardless of where you are. In a new job, in a new city, build a community. Don't stay isolated. Create new relationships and go out there and love on other people. I have all this love to give, so go out there and love on people, so I'm going to do better at that in 2020. Another thing I learned in 2019 is just do it. Just do it. Start that business. Start that vlog. Start that blog. Start whatever goal you want. Just do it. Don't be like me sitting on and over-analyzing everything. There's one great analogy I've always heard about is if you go into the grocery store and you go to the bread aisle, you're going to see a whole lot of bread. Different brands, types, they look different. Same white bread looks so different. Like so many brands out there of bread. But they all make money. Why? And they're all doing relatively good in the business. Some may do more than others. That's business. That's life. But they're all being sold. People are picking all types of bread. But don't ever limit yourself because you feel like the service you're about to provide, everybody already provides that service. Or whatever, this vlog I want to start, or this niche that I have is already saturated. Just go ahead and start. I've really learned that you are unique. Your spin on things is going to be different from my spin on the same thing, and that's what makes the world so beautiful. We're all different. We all bring out different ideas, our creativities, and our own flavor, you could say, to it. So do not limit yourself. Don't hold back. Whatever it is you want to do, go ahead and do it. So another thing I learned in 2019 is to stay true to myself. Sometimes in life, the experiences you have, sometimes the bad experiences you go through make you want to change who you are. Because you're like, well, I guess me being myself doesn't work. Maybe I should try this other way. But I realized that you should never let the experiences define you. If you're a giver and somebody takes advantage of you and lies about it, that doesn't mean you should stop being a giver. That just means you should probably pay more attention before you give. Do some more research before you give. It just makes you be more aware that people can take advantage of the fact that you're a giver. So be more cautious about it. Be true to yourself. I learned in 2019 that I was trying to suppress things about me because I felt people took advantage of them. Don't try to suppress the good in yourself just because somebody took advantage of you. So these are just a few things I have learned in 2019, how I'm going to apply them to prepare a better 2020 for myself. I hope my reflection of myself helped you find creative ways to also reflect on your year. As we end 2019, I wish you the very best. Have a wonderful celebration, and I pray that your 2020 will be your best year till date, with great things and testimonies, crushing new goals, having wonderful adventures. This would just be an excellent year. See you in the new year. Happy New Year, guys.